I've got 3 recipes for you if you're Catholic and you don't eat meat on Fridays, which I know can make carnivore difficult. First is salmon cakes. The second, creamy, buttery shrimp bowls. And the third is everything keto bagels with cream cheese and smoked salmon, which are great for breakfast or lunch. So the first thing we need to do is just cook the salmon. And I just got my air fryer today and I've lined it with a little parchment paper. So we're gonna preheat this. So it's gonna take 4 minutes to preheat. I wasn't supposed to put the parchment paper in until the food, so got that out. I normally use pork rind crumbs in my salmon cakes, but we can't do that since we're eating these for Friday. I'm going to try the grated Parmesan instead and Old Bay seasoning and either 1 or 2 eggs. I haven't decided. I need to see if 1 egg will be enough to bind it. Okay, that one's not cooked, but it's really, really thick. So let's put that back in. I've had them in for almost 8 more minutes, and I think what I'm going to do from now on is cook most things at 400 because that's normally what I do in my oven anyway. 400 is probably the way to go, and then they could have been done faster. I think I'm going to just dump them in here like this to make it easier. Easy. I like to keep the skin on my salmon because it's the fatty part and it's really good for you. Go ahead and take that off if you really don't like it, but I find that when it's all mixed up in the salmon cakes, you don't really notice it anyway. But I love salmon skin. Like those sushi rolls where they have the salmon skin, it's all crispy. If you get a piece of fat like that, that's just too hard to deal with, just get rid of it. I'm gonna add the Parmesan now. I'm not measuring, putting about that much in. I don't think you need a lot of salt when you use the Parmesan. Now we're gonna put the Old Bay in because with that seasoning and the Parmesan, it's gonna be pretty salty. Now I'm gonna add 1 egg. You can also make this with tuna, but I haven't tried that. I'm gonna add a little bit more Old Bay and a little bit more Parmesan to kind of make it a little drier. Put the parchment paper in, and I made 4 salmon cakes, so I'm gonna have to do this in batches. Now I'm gonna put them in for the 10 minutes. Let's see. Ooh. These smell amazing when they come out. All right, let me show you how I like to serve these. A bunch of sour cream. You could also do butter. Don't tell anybody. Like the tiniest little bit of sriracha. A teaspoon has less than 1 gram of sugar, but I'm barely gonna do that much. I just put a little tiny bit. Now for the creamy Cajun shrimp, I've got some colossal shrimp from Walmart, and I had a few left over of the, I think, extra large or large. And preheat your skillet and put your butter in the pan. I wanted a whole stick, but this is just under a stick. Other than the butter and the shrimp, you just need heavy cream. It's important to get organic or local heavy cream if you drink heavy cream or use it, because I was watching something on YouTube with a doctor, and it was all about oxalates and plant
toxins, and there's actually some oxalates in pasteurized heavy cream, polysorbate 60, I believe it's called. So look at the ingredients, and I've noticed it's not on the organic ones. Be careful about that because it could cause some issues if you're sensitive. And then you just need your seasoning. You can use Creole, you could use blackening seasoning, whatever Cajun spices you like. So I go ahead and add my seasoning here. And you're going to add your cream. Actually going to take it off the heat. It's like a creamy shrimp soup. Okay, so I like to serve it in this big latte mug thing. Some cheddar cheese and a dollop of sour cream.
For the everything keto bagels, you need a donut pan, which you can get on Amazon, grated Parmesan, a good melting cheese like mozzarella. This is just what I had. 2 eggs, whipped cream cheese, and smoked salmon. Also, this recipe is from sweetcsdesigns.com. I like the whipped cream cheese. Okay, these are hot, so you might want to wait for them to cool a little bit. I love smoked salmon. My husband doesn't like it as much. Smoked salmon and bagels used to be my favorite thing when I was addicted to carbs. Really an amazing recipe. And you can reheat these in the toaster oven and eat them like as a snack with cheese. Did you know that the Catholics were the reason that McDonald's invented the filet of fish sandwich? For the 60s, Catholics couldn't eat meat on any Fridays. And then there was a misunderstanding when the Pope changed it to you could choose another sacrifice or penance for that day. And a lot of people didn't understand, and they just threw the whole thing out the window. It's a really simple and easy way to practice that, is to give up the meat. It helps us to prepare for Sunday by having this mini Good Friday. I find it really helpful in my spiritual life to practice this every week because it helps remind me not to put my diet up on a pedestal or meat or anything like that. And it just kind of keeps that in check for us. Giving up meat every Friday is not just for Lent, and it wasn't for most of Christianity. I started a Facebook group called Catholic Carnivores. You don't have to be Catholic to be in the group, but you do have to agree by the rules of the group, which you can go check those out. And really it's just respecting the teachings of the church and not bashing Catholics. But I wanted to have a place where I could communicate more with my viewers and a place where people could ask questions, get encouragement. Yeah, just more interactive. So check it out. Just search for Catholic Carnivores on Facebook, and I would love to see you guys in there. I was interviewed on Carnivore Camaraderie's channel recently, and he just posted that. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about my story and how I became carnivore.